Oh, hey, we're on. Hey, YouTube. I was just trying to figure out a few things. I'm still getting used to this. Hello, Anna from Miami. Hi, it's a random live. I just really wanted to come on and say hello to everybody and happy soul Invictus. Um, it's a difficult time to be happy with all that is going on. And I know that a lot of people would be alone at this time as well, which is another reason why I wanted to come on. These holiday seasons can be very difficult in general for a lot of different reasons for people. Hi, Rumi. Hi, Ivana. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all you guys as well. I was just saying that these holiday seasons can be very difficult for people in general because a lot of people have either lost family members or are alone or whatever it is, and so this time can be uh, quite challenging for a lot of different people. So the other thing I wanted to say also was that it's obvious that we are living, through the most incredible times of our time on the earth anyway. There's so much to process, so much to work out and understand. And I put a post on the community section about speaking the truth and having the courage to do that, especially in the face of slander and adversity and censorship and fabrication and, all that stuff that goes on quite strongly, especially at the moment. Again, we had it for 3 years with that last narrative, and now we have it again with something that is there's no words to describe what is going on. And there are so many beautiful, beautiful souls on the planet, uh, walking in the light and shining their light and speaking the truth and uh, bringing forth their courage to do that, and I think that's really a really important initiation for all of us spiritually. I think whatever we believe relative to our religious or spiritual beliefs or whatever it may be, whichever stream we draw from or whatever we've been taught to believe and so forth, I think there is something in all of us which is called consciousness that enables us to, if we delve deeply enough into our heart and soul and remove the conditioned mindsets and layers, I think we all know when there is something happening that is an atrocity. It's you cannot know that if you are human and you have a heart and you are a soul. It's impossible not to recognize that. Deep inside everybody, there is that knowing. Some people just choose to step up and speak about it. And that path is a lot more difficult. It's a lot easier to sit back, close your eyes, ignore, remain neutral, and so on and so forth. But I think in the old teachings, again, regardless of what one believes, I think we can all agree that the divine source creation to all things would in fact teach us to do no harm. to any soul. That's a given. That's a given in the depth of our heart and soul, regardless of what we believe. So every soul knows that in some way, shape, or form. So I choose to continue to speak on truth, even though it pisses a lot of people off or it upsets certain people, whatever it is. For me, it's not about winning followers and subscribers and things of that nature, because if it was, I actually wouldn't be doing this. I would just zip my mouth and I would go on some mainstream tangent and give what the majority want, which is the consensus reality. Then I'd have 1 million subscribers, but that's not what my soul is about. So what's more important to me is that I am aligned with God, God's source creation to all things, with the divinity of all things, that I've got my moral, spiritual compass is aligned with that. That's more important to me than anything else. So I just want to say thank you to those of you that that support me and that are also on their own journey, working through their own challenges and their own process of development and growth. We're all going through it in different ways. But I think the more we can support each other and be kind as much as we can, the more peace we can find in our own heart, and the more peace we can actually see on the earth as well. It literally is as within, so without, as above, so below. So the more we can have insight about what that actually means and walk that path, the more we'll find peace wherever we are. And the more we can be that beacon of light and beacon of peace for everybody else. Hey, Soul Secret Service. Hey, Cosmic House of Rose. Blessings to all of you. I wasn't expecting, many people to be present, but I just had a few moments. It's Christmas Day here in the Southern Hemisphere. We are a day ahead. It's pretty interesting because normally, we are at the heart of summer here, right? We have the longest days at the moment. The sun is at the highest point. We just had the solstice, right, which is the opposite for you guys. So you've had the shortest, coldest day, as it were, and now moving forward, the light will start increasing. The sun has had the death process, if you like, the transformative process, the soul Invictus, right, which is Ilios in Greek, the sun god, the solar god, that fire, which I think always serves as a purpose of purification. There is light on the other side. There always is. And we have to find a way to tune into that even more in these incredibly dark times. And I was just about to say that normally here in Australia at this time of the year, we would be boiling hot. We'd have temperatures from anywhere from 28 to 35 degrees. That's quite hot. And today here it is just pouring with rain. It's a grey sky, no sun, and it's not hot at all. And I feel it, for me, it really mirrors this incredible sadness that I feel for what's happening to our brothers and sisters in the Middle East. Now, again, I just want to make it clear, because a lot of people still do not seem to understand my message. It is not about any particular race, ethnicity, and so forth. It is about humanity. It is about people. It is about caring about humanity and about people, and not desensitizing to the atrocities that are going on, and just being okay with that. We cannot be okay with that. That is not normal. We cannot be normalized into a state of accepting something that is so horrific. If it is happening there, it can happen to us as well. It can happen anywhere, meaning that the world has completely just stepped back and allowed this horror to take place in front of everybody's eyes in real life. Everything is being recorded, everything. And to be desensitized from that and have no response, doesn't, it's not a part of me, it's not a part of my world, that is not humane. We cannot forget our humanity, our humility, our divinity. It's important. These things are showing up to teach us these things as well, to remember who we are. Merry Christmas, Mickey King. I'm thinking all of you guys on the live chat are from the Northern Hemisphere, so it'll be Christmas for you guys tomorrow. So yeah, I wish you all a peaceful day, and I hope that the new light, the sun's rebirth, shines the much needed light of truth, victory, justice, fairness, and equality. We have Venus in Scorpio still. She'll be there until the 30th of December. So, there's still incredible dark elements of this Venus in Scorpio. But on the other hand, I think what the Venus in Scorpio journey also speaks to for a lot of souls on the planet is this warrior goddess who will shine the light on the darkness, who will expose what needs to be seen in light. And I am a Venus Scorpio star point. That's my main star point. She's in Scorpio and she's a morning star. So I'm a warrior goddess. I'm a morning star warrior, Pallas Athena individual, if you like. And that star point is right up there on my MC, close to my MC, my 10th house, which is why I speak about it publicly. And I feel this urge from my soul deep inside me to shine the light on the things that need to be seen, as uncomfortable as it makes a lot of people who are in their deep slumber. So that's part of my spiritual work and service. That's what the Venus star point, wherever it is for you, whatever sign it's in and so forth, there are several components to this, but primarily it is what the divinity, Venus herself, the goddess, it's what she imprinted in your soul and what you are supposed to give with that to the world. I just wrote something on my Facebook about Venus in Scorpio yesterday, and a particular individual, I asked people to share what their journey has been like with Venus in Scorpio, the last couple of weeks. And one person came on and just spoke about she has a Venus Leo star point natally, and she needs adoration and attention and things like that. And this is not a judgment on this person, but it just showed me how so many people still don't understand what the Venus star point is about. And I've done so many videos on it, and I've even done a workshop on it. But clearly I need to keep talking about it so that people can have a real genuine understanding of what the Venus star point is. It is your imprint from the goddess, and it is what you are here to give to the world. See, your natal Venus is what you are. It's a lot of things, but it is what you are looking for in others, in relationships, in love, in all the things that you love. It's the archetype, it's the energy, it's the imprint of what you are looking for, what you need from others. But the Venus star point is not at all what you need from anybody. It is what you already have imprinted, gifted within you. And the goddess is asking you to share that, to give that to the world. That's the primary difference between Venus star point and natal Venus in a nutshell. So, just seeing if does anybody have any questions here? I'm happy to answer a couple of questions or any more comments. Blessed solstice to you too, Joe. Yeah, thanks for jumping on. If there's no questions, I'll probably sign off in a minute. Hey, William. Yeah. I was also thinking about, I posted this on Facebook. Sometimes I can't remember what I've shared on Facebook and what I've shared in my YouTube community. I don't think I shared this on YouTube community recently. But see, Pluto in Capricorn, as we know, has been exposing and deconstructing all the false systems, government, so on and so forth. I appreciate you too, Soul Secret Service. Thank you for that message. Yeah, it is deep and complex. And for those of you that get it, my heart and my soul rejoices when I feel that, you know, certain individuals are just, they're right there with it. They're on the same page, you know. I mean, it makes my heart and soul rejoice when there is peace, when there is joy, when there is love, you know. And when there isn't, when there is the opposite of that, and it is completely inhumane and completely unjustifiable and evil and so forth. My soul, it's not even me, it's literally the soul that I am, has this powerful force that just it must speak on these things. There's just no other way. There's no other way. So I was saying about Pluto, we all know what Pluto is and what Pluto has been doing, as it were, to the world. The thing I love about Pluto is it will leave no stone unturned. It will expose everything. I love that about Pluto. So moving on into Aquarius, the next chapter, which I will come back and talk about this in depth. But two things I said yesterday on my Facebook. One thing was that Pluto in Aquarius will certainly be the exposure of, what was the words I used? There was a specific, let me just find it, because I want to say the exact words that I used. It's worth just saying that statement that I made. Just bear with me while I find it. Yeah, Pluto in Aquarius will expose all evil ideologies. They will no longer be able to hide. That is the next chapter. That's my caption for Pluto in Aquarius. Ideologies connect to various planets or archetypes, but certainly also to Aquarius, 11th house. So these are ideologies that are tyrannical and coercive and manipulative and controlling and so forth are all going to blow out into the open. The ones controlling these will not be able to hide anymore. That's what we're going to see for 20 years with Pluto in Aquarius in one way or another. So I'll just close that because that was on Facebook. All the suffering in the Middle East completely. Yes, it is. It is horrific, Romy. It is beyond horrific. Just seeing if there's any other questions. What does Venus star point in Aries signify? I agree as well. What's happening? I'm not going to go into individual, Nancy, I'm not going to go into individual descriptions of Venus star point at the moment, because that will just take me into a whole class or session, which is not what this live is about today. I really just wanted to mention the Venus star point from the point of view of transiting Venus being in Scorpio at the moment. You will have a Scorpio Venus star point on your wheel, on the pentagram in your birth chart, just like all of us do. You'd have to be over 100 years old to not have a Venus Scorpio star point. The point is, where is that Venus Scorpio star point? Is it the head of the pentagram? Is it one of the arms, or is it one of the legs? And yes, you have an Aries Venus star point now. Is that the head of your pentagram? Is that an arm? Is it the left arm? Is it the right arm? Is it the left leg? Is it the right leg? So you see there's a lot of specifics involved. Therefore, I can't go into delineation about that at this present time. However, I don't know if you've checked out any of my Venus star point videos. There's a few bits and pieces here and there. And we had, when was the Aries Venus star point? Let me just have a look at something. Yeah, 2021. See that over here? What's your name? Nancy. Nancy, if you're watching. We had a Venus star point activated on the wheel on the 26th of March 2021. So that would have been a time really to talk about the transiting Aries Venus star point. A natal Aries Venus star point is a different thing. And as I said, you know, is it the head of the pentagram? Is it one of the arms or one of the legs? And all of that is highly significant and very distinctive. Going back to Pluto in Aquarius, there's a fascinating alignment coming up, which none of us have seen in our lifetime. I'm going to come back and speak to this more in depth. On the 22nd of February, which is not long at all, you know, it's just 2 months away. And we've never seen this in our lifetime. It's Pluto in Aquarius with Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Aquarius, triple conjunction with the two lovers, the goddess and the god of war, if you like. And at that time, Venus in Aquarius will still be a morning star. So she'll be the warrior goddess at that time still, because she doesn't transition into her evening star phase until June of 2024. So we have Pluto, Hades, the lord of the underworld, aligning with Venus and Mars. And by the way, those three are forming a square to Jupiter in Taurus. That's a huge alignment, one none of us have experienced in our lifetime. So that's literally a brand new dynamic portal of energy with infinite possibilities. Remember what I said about conjunctions. Conjunctions hold the prospect of all possibilities because a conjunction contains the 360-degree circle of energy within it. I'll come back to speak to that sometime early next year, because I think that's going to be a highly significant passage for all of us. I'm really excited about it. It actually happens right on my ascendant. So yeah, really interested to see for myself what that is going to be. And I will, speak to it in a general sort of sense for everybody as well. I'm very grateful as you shine light as we work our way through the individuation process, sending love to you and all. Thanks, Mickey King. Same to you. Thank you so much. Hey, Pebbles. Yeah. Okay. So I'll leave it there, guys. I'm going to just going to make some food actually, and just reflect on a few things myself. And there's a lot to process. And yeah, just with Pluto in Aquarius, it's going to reach, as I said in the last live, I think it's going to reach 2 degrees of Aquarius for the first time next year. That will be exactly on my ascendant. My ascendant is 2 degrees of Aquarius. So I've been feeling this build up of it, because Pluto has been in my 12th house for the last 15 years. And if you survive Pluto in your 12th house, there's not much that can take you out beyond that, unless God is ready to take you. Literally, it's that intense. Those of you who have had Pluto moving through your 12th, or if you have Pluto in your 12th house natally, you understand what I'm talking about, because your life journey is very much on that path. It's one of the most challenging incarnations to have Pluto natally in your 12th, or transiting through your 12th. Not that other people don't get, extreme challenges. Absolutely, we all do. There's something quite distinct about Pluto in the 12th. It's unlike anything else. And I'd always read about it because I understand the theory in terms of that's an evolutionary astrological teaching. And when I first read about that, I was like about 20 years old. I was just a baby. But now I've actually lived it. So I speak to it not only from an intellectual knowledge base, but I speak to it from a real live, living experience. And there's something very powerful in our voice, in our words, when we have actually lived something. It's different to be really intellectual and really intelligent and really, great with communication and disseminating information and so forth. That can be so impressive and it can be wonderful, right? But it is not the same as having lived something. When you've lived something, it's touched something very deep inside your heart and soul, period. So when you voice that, that's where that experience is coming from. It's coming from deep inside you. It's not coming from just having picked up a book and read something and then just regurgitating it, right? Big difference. Feeling mushy memories flooding in, Cancer full moon. Yeah. Yeah, this Cancer full moon, it is very, very, very deep, very, very deep. And it's square Chiron, the collective anguish and agony, of that deep pain is all over the ether, all over the world. It doesn't matter if people are closing their eyes to what's going on. That vibration, that energy is everywhere. It cannot not be that, People forget power of energy and that everything is energy, and it sends ripple effects. Yeah. Sun, Pluto enter Aquarius together 20th January, Jupiter conjunct Uranus. Yes. Yes, that's right. By or by not. Yes, Sun, Pluto, that's right. And then Jupiter conjunct Uranus is on the 19th of April, 2024. That's something very encouraging in a lot of ways, but with anything, right, that that is happening in the sky, just in the same way as our birth chart, the imprint of our birth chart, we can never read something in isolation. Nothing is operating in isolation, right? There are a number of different things always unfolding simultaneously. If it was just the case that we were going to have that gorgeous Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus and nothing else, you know, the benefit of that would be seen on a scale that our eyes couldn't even fathom. But the fact is, that's not going to happen. We are going to have that conjunction in amongst so many other things going on, you know. So we always need to remember when we are looking at, you know, what's happening in the sky, if we're just looking at one thing, it only shows us one part of the story. You know, then we have the fixed stars in the background. We have the Babylonian zodiac playing out with its story and divinities and narrative and points in the zodiac and so forth. So it's a lot more complex than people think. Yeah. Yes, Christmas cancelled in Bethlehem. I knew that from a month ago. I saw priests from Christian Orthodox churches in Jerusalem, live videos that were recorded. You know, the devastation in their eyes, in their face, not just about the cancellation of Christmas, but of the atrocities that were happening before their very eyes. Lots of people have been murdered there. That's a fact. A sad fact. So, I mean, yeah, I think I can't celebrate Christmas today, not the way I normally would. No, I absolutely cannot. I'm going to try to focus on sending as much love as I can to, especially to the ones suffering, you know, and give a lot of gratitude. Think about yourself, think about where you are, and think about how lucky you are. Think about how lucky we are that we're not dead through that kind of situation. That's what's happening. Think about that. So I think, yeah, if we can just focus on the strength of the divine source creation to all things, and send that spirit, that light, that ray, that energy, that vibration over to that part of the earth and anywhere else, including Sudan, the Congo, you know, all those places. There's so much more going on that mainstream media is not telling us. The amount of people that are displaced in those parts of the world at the moment is unfathomable. Some of the details of the stories of things that are going on there are just, you know, 0 degrees Leo sun in the 12th. Weep over the pain in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Anyone with planets in the 12th, there's so many complexities about the 12th house and planets in the 12th house, and it depends on the planet and so forth. But certainly if you've got personal planets in there, especially, there can be such a personal feeling and embodiment of the collective unconscious. And that includes, you know, everything that's going on in the collective unconscious, the sadness, the grief, the pain, the joy, whatever it is, you know, there's just an attunement when you've got personal planets in the 12th house. I've got personal planets in the 12th house. So again, I speak from experience, not just from what the books tell me. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to head off. Yes, Pebbles, I completely understand. I'm grateful too. And my heart is extremely heavy as well. But it's complicated, you know, it's complicated because I go through these different sort of moments with it all as well. Like I've cried. I can't tell you how much I've cried in the last 77 days. But as a morning star, as a Pallas Athena, which is what I am, Pallas Athena morning star, uh, my spirit is resilient, as is your spirit, as is most people's spirit. We are resilient, and we need now more than ever, we need to tune into our resilience, our strength, our courage, the light, the love, and, you know, express that, share that, give that as much as we can. There will be a lot more revealed as time goes on, and the level of awakening and exposure that's happening on the earth at the moment is freaking phenomenal. The exposure that's happening now and the lack of ability of these forces to censor it all, which is their absolute sheer resentment and frustration and anger. They're still trying to censor, you know, everything, of course, but they're not able to do it like they used to. So the tables have turned big time, big time. Too many people are awake now. That's what was supposed to happen. We're supposed to wake up out of the slumber. That's Eris, the goddess Eris, Eris, in Aries, squaring Pluto the last couple of years. She's the goddess of discord and destruction, but she also serves as a purpose of waking everybody up, very much like Uranus. So nothing is happening by chance. It's not a random thing. It's all happening as it needs to. And we just need to stand in our resilience, spirit energy, soul energy, and love, always, no matter what. Because if we don't do that, we will get swept up in a dark cosmic soup mix that strips us back of our divine, sovereign, infinite spark of energy and love and light. That is always there. All the layers of everything that happens sometimes covers it, you know, blocks it, inhibits it, creates sort of, you know, narratives in our mind that are not even based on anything that's actually truthful, not especially when it comes to spiritual law, spiritual love. Nothing can ever take away spiritual law and spiritual love. Nothing, ever. That's what we need to remember. That's the highest and strongest voice and vibration in everything and everywhere for all of us. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. I just want to again say it's been awesome connecting with you now and throughout this whole year. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, looking forward to more sharing in 2024. And sending love and peace to all souls, all souls. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you believe. I send peace and love to you everywhere, to everyone.